Summary of Live Free. Exceed Your Highest Expectations by DeVon Franklin, written and narrated by JANKY Mind. Introduction. Live Free book shows you how to live happily and freely by setting the right expectations for yourself and others. It helps you deal with the challenges of relationships, culture, and work, and teaches you how to express and meet your expectations in a way that matches your true self. Do you ever feel like you are living someone else's life? Or maybe you are trapped in a life that follows unwritten rules and norms. How would you like to escape from the hidden pressures of perfectionism, cultural fit, and unrealistic standards that affect your decisions and limit your growth? This summary will teach you how to do that. You'll learn about the nature of expectations, the ones you have for yourself, and the ones others have for you. But this is not a story of rebellious rejection of all personal, cultural, relational, and professional expectations. Rather, it's a smart, practical guide to reviewing and changing your expectations to fit your authentic self. Are you ready to create your own definition of freedom? Let's start building a life that's truly yours. Chapter 1. Expectations set for yourself. Do you ever think about how the hidden rules of life affect your choices? Think about the expectations you have, the things you think you should or must do because of society, family, or culture. Are they really what you want, or are they someone else's dreams and problems? These expectations are like old software that runs in your mind, making you slow and unhappy. But guess what? You can change that. You can change the software that was installed by the world without your permission. You can make your own expectations, sort out the ones that matter and the ones that don't, and decide which to keep and which to throw away. To live happily and freely, you just need to set expectations. Setting expectations right means finding out which ones to let go and which ones to hold on to, making them realistic, and telling them clearly. Here's how you start this change. Begin by dropping expectations that don't help you. Let go of those too high or too low expectations that came from your childhood. Instead, make new expectations, ones that you pick, that make you happy and show your true self. After all, if they don't make you happy, why have them? It's not about doing what others want you to do, but rather taking care of yourself and being honest. It takes courage to risk upsetting others, but the reward is living a life that's true to who you are. Check the expectations you keep. Are they based on reality, or are they fake ideas sold to you by the media, ads, and social media? These things are dream sellers, often giving you false hopes. It's important to avoid comparing yourself, unrealistic looks, and too much stress that can hurt you. Your real power is in what you do and how you feel. Change your expectations to things you can control, like the work you do and the joy you have right now. Believe it or not, happiness isn't a rare treasure. It's a way of thinking, easy to get no matter what happens or how things turn out. After you adjust your expectations, the next step is to share them with others. Remember, the people in your life can't read your mind. Also, remember that they have their own lives to live. Being good at communication means knowing where to set limits. Yes, sometimes people will say no to you, and that's okay. Disappointment is part of being human. Handle it well. And don't forget, you can say no too. Being true to yourself isn't selfish. It's how you respect your own needs and feelings. When you set your expectations on purpose, you're not just living. You're making a life that gives you the freedom to grow. But remember that this isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous process of personal growth. Your inner software, or your expectations, needs regular updates. With every new stage of your life, you can change the code again, making sure you're the one in charge. Chapter 2. Expectations from your culture. Think about walking a path made by many people, a path of cultural expectations. It's known, filled with the ideas and values of those who walked it before you. Family, friends, society. They tell you what to do. Sounds hard, right? But the path can change. You can leave it if you want to. It might seem wrong, but freedom is in picking your own path. This doesn't mean running away from every cultural rule. Some might fit who you are. It means finding those expectations, looking at them carefully, and then choosing which parts of the past help your present by showing your true self. Respecting your culture doesn't mean you can't make your own path in it. It's okay to be different, to go to new places that feel more like home. And by doing that, you might even help others who want to be themselves too. Now let's talk about something else. Faith. Faith is the base of many cultures, and it has expectations too. Many times, you'll make a role for the divine, expecting things from a higher being, and what they should give you. And when your prayers are not answered, you doubt and wonder about your faith. What if, instead of wondering, you stepped back and looked at your expectations again? What if you saw no answers not as quiet, but as a sign to trust a bigger plan? Remember, faith is both ways. It needs action and asking, believing and talking. A team with the divine. Instead of seeing problems as walls, what if you saw them as the hard road to good things? When it comes to faith, be open to surprises. Often, good things are hidden and come out bigger than your dreams. As you walk your path, remember that culture and faith give you maps, but you're the driver. Your life is a picture, and you have the brush. It takes bravery to color outside the lines, but doing that lets you make a life that's really yours, free from cultural expectations. Chapter 3. Expectations in your relationships. Sometimes, you might sit with your partner and feel angry inside. You might feel let down and mad because they didn't do what you wanted them to. But the reason for these feelings might not be what you think. You see, it's easy to dream of what you want your partner to be like, how they should act, and what they should know about you. But when reality is different from these dreams, it's not their faults that make your relationship bad. It's expectations that you never said. But how fair is it to blame someone for an expectation you never told them? Those quiet hopes and guesses you have, they're like glasses that change how you see your partner and what they can give you. Let's be honest. Reading minds isn't needed for a loving relationship, but being brave to say your needs is. Yes, that might be hard. Maybe you learn to be quiet, to not cause trouble. Or maybe you think you don't deserve to have your needs met. But when you don't speak up, you're not just keeping words in. You're stopping your relationship from growing. What if, instead of guesses, you had honest, caring talks? Change that anger inside for a team effort to make and respect expectations. Yes, this means telling your partner what you need and asking the big question, can you do this for me? Only when they say yes, can you expect them to do it. And it doesn't stop there. You need to check on your relationship, a time to give and get feedback, to listen to each other, and to really hear, not just to answer, but to understand and grow. Because let's face it, even love needs some fixing now and then. This is especially true for intimacy. If your bedroom is more like a workplace, it's time to talk. With kindness and openness, talk about your sexual needs. And if it's too hard to do it alone, there's no shame in getting help from a counselor. Remember that in a relationship, the fun ends when you try to make your partner do everything you want. Remember, the only things you can control are your own. Trying to change someone else's actions is a waste of time, one that hurts more than helps. It's better to accept your partner's real self, with their good and bad parts, than to push them away for not being like a dream. So, what's the secret to a happy bond? It starts with you. Happiness is your job, and it's time to take care of your own joy. Don't expect your partner to make you happy. Make each other happy instead. That's when the magic happens. If you're alone right now, the expectations you need to drop are those of society and past relationship hurts. Instead of giving up, enjoy this time of finding yourself. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and when the time is right, you'll be ready for a relationship that shows the love you have. When this new love comes, go into it with clearness. Tell your core, your limits, your truths. Don't give up yourself just to be with someone. Relationship success is about finding a person who shares your own values and dreams. In love's big picture, the parts of realistic expectations, open communication, and personal happiness are put together. Don't try to control. Instead, try to share, to understand, to grow. Be ready for love, be open to change, and most of all, be true to yourself, your partner, and the love you both deserve. Chapter 4. Expectations in your work life. Think of this. Your work is a picture, and each day you add to it, making it your own. But there's a catch. The colors you use and the lines you draw are not just by your choice, but by the expectations of someone you can't see, your boss. The work world is different from other parts of your life. Here, you've agreed to do what your boss expects in exchange for money. When you think about your own expectations for your work and your growth, it's important to remember this. Before you rush ahead dreaming about moving up, it's important to do your current tasks well. At work, knowing and doing more than your boss expects can help you grow faster. Don't just do the minimum. Be active in finding out both the clear and unclear expectations. This could mean watching, asking good questions, and even guessing what your boss really wants, how they work, and what they need from you. And don't just stop there. Give answers. Do more than your job. And make your work stand out. Setting goals is a big part of your work journey, but watch out for fake goals. Those that copy someone else's dreams or come from your own unrealistic hopes. Goals that don't fit your true self are like wrong directions, taking you away from your path. Real goals should make you excited and eager, not tired. Forget your fake goals and start making ones that light your fire, that are big but possible. They should match your skills and purpose. Find out how long your goals will probably take. Change your plans if needed, but always keep them open and your thinking positive. And remember, while you can control what you do now, the time for reaching your goals may not always be up to you. That promotion you want might take longer than you think. Focus on what you can control now, which is your process, the things you do every day, the skills you learn slowly, the lessons that make you a great worker. Enjoy this process. It's in these times of hard work and focus that the roots of future success grow. If the time comes when your expectations in your work are not met by your current company, listen to your inner voice. What do you really want from your work? How does your current job match this vision? If there's a gap, admit it. It's important to find work that matters to you. Sometimes, the bravest thing is to plan a change, even if it means going into the unknown. In the end, it's about finding a balance, doing what's expected, making realistic goals, and being yourself. Remember, you deserve a work that's not just a job, but a mirror of your deepest dreams. Summary. To be free and true to yourself, you need to check your expectations. Let go of the ones that others put on you, and keep the ones that match your real self. This starts from inside, by seeing the hidden rules that control your life. Be brave to drop the old expectations that hold you back. Instead, pick the ones that help you be your best self, ones based on facts, self-awareness, and genuine dreams. Share these wisely in every part of your life. Be flexible and active in relationships. Do more than expected at work while using your talents and passion, and follow your culture's values. But don't let them limit you. Expectations are only chains if you allow them. They're supposed to give you healthy order and clear direction. In the end, the choice is yours. Your true path is ready. Now go for it confidently. This audiobook summary was brought to you by JANKY Mind. We hope you enjoyed it.